afternoon. And let me turn off my desk camera. I don't need that. Alright, John Turnbull here, Powder Blue Sports, and running a OBS test here, so I'm going to be kind of figuring out what's going on here, and it looks like I'm live. Let me go to the actual link. Yep, there we are. Let me go to the outstanding. So, going to play one short game here, Elite 8 2020 COVID tournament. This is the second. Going to play one short game here, Elite 8 2020 COVID tournament. This is the second. Going to play one short game here, Elite 8 2020 COVID tournament. This is the second. Alexander comes by. Hey, John. Going to play one short game here, Elite 8 2020 COVID tournament. The first game. The tournament by. Hey, John. The first team to enter the Final Four was Kansas. The first game. The tournament by. Hey, John. 72 to enter the Final Four was Kansas. The first game. Run in the last segment and pulled the game to within 4, but couldn't quite reach it. It was only a 6-point game at halftime, so. The tournament by. Hey, John. 72 to run and in the last segment I pulled the game to within 4, but that couldn't quite reach it. It was only a 6-point game at halftime, so let me know if it sounds. The tournament by. Hey, John. 72 on the desk on the audio segment. Actually, let me mute the desktop audio. Maybe that might do the trick here. So, all right. So we're going to play the second game here, and the second game is Maryland versus Texas Tech. Maryland, the number 4 seed. Texas Tech, the number 6 seed. And we're going to go and see who has the home field advantage here first. Maryland will be a 1-2-3, and it's a 1. So Maryland will get the home field advantage. They have their choice between their offensive calibration points of 1 and a defensive of Texas Tech of 3, so they'll take the 3. Texas Tech has to have the lowest between their offense of 10 calibration points or the defensive Maryland 5, and they will be stuck with 5. The SRS difference is only 1 in favor of Maryland, so we'll give Maryland a +1, so that'll give them a 4 TSA and a 0 for Texas Tech, so they'll actually have a 5. So even though Maryland has the home field advantage, just by the way the formula is working out, they actually have with 1 point less on the TSA, so we'll put 4 ticks in for Maryland and 5 in for Texas Tech. And with that in mind, let's start playing some basketball here using my great dice tower that Victor Wenzel made. Maryland starts off with an offense 5. That is paint. Oh, a score roll of 12. Offense paint 12 will give them 13 plus 1. So Maryland comes out hot with 14 points. And let's see here. Texas Tech starts off with a defense 13. Defense 13 is paint. Defense paint of 10 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So Texas Tech keeping up with them. If anybody's on here, let me know how the sound is. Like I said, this is my first time streaming on this channel with OBS, so I want to make sure I'm getting all the settings right. I did knock down the desktop audio, my audio input capture, which is actually the camera above me is looks like it's reading okay. All is good. Hey, Dave, thanks for showing up. All right. And Maryland defense 11. And on Texas Tech's card on the defense, 11 is a free throw. So they'll slow down their scoring, but they get a 10. DF10 is 6 points still, plus the 1 is 7. and that'll give them 21 through 2. Texas Tech offense 11. Offense 11 is a free throw 7, which will give them 7 points, plus their 1 is 8. So they actually gained a point on Maryland. 21-18 is the score. Defense for Maryland 9. So defense 9 on Texas Tech card. We have an arc. An arc and an 8. So that'll be a robust score here. Defense arc 8 is 11 points for Maryland, plus the 1 is 12. They've got 33. They're averaging 11 points per segment. And let's see if Texas Tech can keep up with them here. They have a defense 13 on Maryland's card. That's a paint with a score roll of 6. That'll give them 5 points plus the adjustment of 1. Gives them 6. And they are falling behind now 33-24 as we come to the latter stages of the first half. Offense. And 13 for Maryland. That's a free throw. That's going to please the Texas Tech fans. Score roll of 7. So OF 7 is a 4 plus 1 is 5 points. So this gives a chance for Texas Tech to catch up here. And we're looking at an offense 11 for Texas Tech. That puts them in the free throw category too, but 10 points or 10 on the roll here on the white dice. So we got an OF 10. That's how I kind of abbreviate it for myself when I'm looking on here. 6 points plus 1 is 7. So they make up 2. 38-31. Still within striking distance, Texas Tech is. And defense 11 for Maryland. Defense 11 is another free throw category with a 6. So a DF6 is 2. And they have now run out of adjustment points. So they're starting to wear down here as the first half ends. So they've got 40, and Texas Tech definitely has a chance to take the lead going into the locker room at halftime. They roll a defense 9. Defense 9 is a paint roll of 7, so DP 7 is 6 points. They used their last adjustment point, so they got 7. And they've pulled within 2. 40-38 is your halftime score. Both teams are pretty evenly matched as far as points for and points against per game. Like I said, the SRS is pretty much even. The committee gave Maryland a 4 seed and Texas Tech a 6 seed. So let's start the second half. Defense 14 for Maryland. That puts them in free throw. Again, that's their third straight of 3. And that's going to give them a big fat goose egg. They come out flat, carrying over what they had as they wore down into the end of the first half. Let's see if Texas Tech can take advantage. They roll an offense 8. Offense 8 is paint with an 8 roll. That gives them 8 points. Each team from here on out is just going to be given what they roll as far as the points are concerned. No more adjustment points to be made. They score 8, and they are now up 46-40 after being down as many as 9 points in the middle of the first half. They are now up 6, so a 15-point swing here as we go into the beginning of the second half. Could we see a 6th seed in the Final Four? Maryland, defense 6. Defense 6 is an arc. They're not going to give up easily. They have 8, so defense arc 8 is 11 points, which gives them 51. So it looks like this is going to be a back and forth affair down to the wire. Offense 10 for Texas Tech. That puts them in the free throw category. 7. Offense free throw 7 is 3 points. And that gives them 49. So Maryland, showing a second wind here, has taken a 2-point lead back from Texas Tech. Maryland, 3 segments left. Offense 11. Offense 11 is a free throw. As a matter, they've been up 2 points, and they've had 4 free throws as compared to only 3 for Texas Tech, but they have had 2 arcs thrown in there. Offense of 11, free throw category of 9. So OF9 gives them 6 points. And that'll put them at 57. And for Texas Tech, offense 10 for Texas Tech is a free throw. That's not good for them, but they get a 10 score roll, so they'll get some points out of this. Offense, free throw, 10 is 6 points. And it's still a 2-point game, 57-55, with 2 segments left to go. So basically we're looking at about 8 minutes left in the game. Defense, 9 for Maryland. A defense 9 is an arc, but only a 5 on the score roll, but that still gives them 8 points, putting them up to 65. Let's see if Texas Tech has one last offensive spurt left in them. Defense, 9 for Texas Tech. That is a paint off of Maryland's card. Score roll of 10. Defense paint 10 is 9. So that gives them a 64. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 1-point game going into the last segment. What more could you ask for? 2 teams battling their way into the 2020 Final Four. Maryland offense, 8. Offense, 8 is paint, right in between 2 art categories. The score roll is 9. OP9 is 10 points. And that'll give them 75. Now, here's what I do in close games. Texas Tech needs 11 to tie, 12 to win. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the score dice aside here, and we're just going to roll for the category. So Texas Tech has a defense 7. Defense 7. Oh, goodness gracious, they just rolled an arc. If you look on Maryland's card, defense 7 is an arc. I'm trying not to mark the card up with my black pen here. So, let's pull the card back out. Defense arc. Again, they need 11 points to tie. So they need to roll at least an 8 to tie or a 9 to win. So let me do the math. 11 points. Defense, arc. So on the Maryland's card, since Texas Tech rolled the defense, arc, they need an 8 to tie and a 9 to win. We'll put these aside and roll these 2. Again, 8 for a tie, 9 for a win. The roll is a 7, and it's not good enough. So 7 will give them 10 points. And with that in mind, Maryland squeaks out with a 1-point victory, 75-74. And there you have it. Maryland, Big Ten team, goes into the Final Four, where they will join Kansas. Not sure the matchups yet. Texas Tech will go into the losers pile, and I'm not going to do the next game right now, but we're looking at the next game. We got 2 games left on the docket. The next one will be Wisconsin against San Diego State, and that'll be the 3rd team. And then the last matchup for the Elite 8 will be the Duke Blue Devils against Rutgers. The betting line will say San Diego State and Duke will get in, but we'll see if we can get 3 Big Ten. There's a possibility of 3 Big Ten teams getting into this tournament. So thank you for watching. I'm glad we had a close game to announce, and I'm glad that thank you for the feedback, guys, on the sound. So now that I got OBS set up, and since it's free, I can start playing around with that and doing some more streaming with it. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.